this is an actual report of animals being stolen by groups of Haitians in the community. This only recently happened where their community's been completely inundated by Biden, Harris, Obama, the Democrats, to try to change the voting demographics of this nation permanently, to change the culture of this nation permanently, instead of a slow process where people are properly vetted with backgrounds and they go through a process of assimilation. They just want to dump people with very different cultures into America and change this country, Blake. So, this is one documented case. If what I have in front of me from the Clark County Communication Center is factual, this was something that came in a couple of weeks ago on August 26th. These stories are going around from not just the people being interviewed in that video, but calling into the police. There's a lot of these stories happening.
Oh, I 100% believe it. I'm not denying that. I do believe that they're taking geese and ducks and probably feral cats. But are they actually taking people's family pets? I don't know about that. I haven't seen anything substantial. So
this woman here, she had something to say about it. I believe she's a resident.
This shit ain't no joke. It's not funny.
Hang on, let me turn this up a little bit. It got a little quiet on me.
This shit ain't no joke. It's not funny. I really do not feel fucking safe here, bro. Like, everyone on TikTok, on Facebook, making these jokes to get everything's fucking funny. Like, imagine you being homeless for a whole fucking year for no fucking reason. Like, what the fuck? This shit is not fun. This shit is not cool, bro. They really out here decapitating animals and y'all are making jokes out of it. Imagine if you went outside and you saw your dog's head decapitated on the fucking ground. Like, why are y'all thinking this shit's a joke? It's not a joke. I don't feel comfortable walking anywhere. Like, what the fuck? I should be able to feel safe in my own city. Everybody's fucking homeless out here. Ain't shit but fucking scary ass Haitians just lurking and creeping and shit. Y'all thinking this shit's motherfucking funny? I keep making this shit up. It's not made up, bro. This shit is real life. This shit.
So either she's faking or this is a really distressed woman that Kamala Harris clearly showing that Democrats don't care about women. They don't care about the safety of women in America.
Well, that could be, I don't know exactly. Again, I don't know if she lost a pet. She's hyperventilating. This is embarrassing for MAGA when they keep perpetuating this if it's not true. It makes us look as bad as some of the leftists out there that keep going, Project 2025. He said bloodbath. He said inject bleach. And then we're saying, oh, the Haitians are eating your family pets. No, they're not. So we have to be above that.
Don't think so? Okay, so you think you have enough information to debunk this? I don't.
I'm not saying
think there's enough information to debunk this. I'm seeing terrified people asking for help. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, they as they should. And we saw the man talk to city council, but he didn't mention anything about, cats and dogs being, eaten by the people.
All right, let me provide a little context here. Here's
right, but like the police need to come in there and do something because they're being overwhelmed by this other culture. And it's messing up the community. I agree. And the traffic accidents and taking geese out of the park, that's bad news.
Anyway, here's a woman talking about what's going on in the Haitian community. She's Haitian. Her father came over, had his stuff. Elon shared this today to kind of provide some perspective. If you drop 20,000 Haitians, let's do the math. Let's kind of think this thing through. Here you go.
My father immigrated from Haiti to the United States in the late 60s as a teenager, and I want to talk about these recent comments about the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio. First, I want to say my father and I are now estranged, but I did know him in my very, very young years, and when he immigrated, he was one person, and they weren't sending, thousands of Haitians in one area. He wasn't eating people's pets and he didn't practice voodoo, but he did say that most of the island, the majority of the island, does practice voodoo. The reason they eat cats is for two reasons. Number one is survival. This is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. You can't just go to a food bank like you can here or just go to McDonald's and get some free or cheap food. Unless, of course, there's a Christian missionary there. People in the United States have a really hard time imagining that type of thing, but it is true. Second, they do animal sacrifices for their religion, voodoo. They make these animal sacrifices to these gods for different reasons. You can do your own research on this. Do I think voodoo is a demonic religion? Yes, I do. That doesn't mean, obviously, that doesn't mean that you hate these people. These people need prayer. But you can't just take over all these people from another country and expect it to work. Not to mention, it doesn't fix the problems of that country. And there's more people left in Haiti that we can bring over. It's not racist to acknowledge that this is a problem. It's not racist to talk about these things that are happening. This is not just white Americans saying this is Black Americans. You can look at the people in Springfield, Ohio saying that this is happening. Y'all just want to joke about Trump and say that he's crazy for saying that this is happening instead of actually checking at all to see if this is happening. You want to make jokes about these things. Well, what if it were happening to you and your community? And no, it's beyond eating their pets, even though that is bad enough.
So there's that. Thoughts, Blake?
Well, no, I mean, she makes a point, but you also got to keep in mind that she's talking about their island and, you know, they don't have food banks and McDonald's like we do here. And those people also probably have the unlimited EBT cards. I don't know if they're unlimited, but the point is they can go get groceries. They can go to a food bank. They can go to McDonald's. That doesn't mean they're going to eat your family pet. Now, it'd be one thing if they shipped them over here and they had no money whatsoever. Then yeah, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But,
yeah, but who's funding this, and when does that funding dry up? Like this could get shut off immediately. Who's funding all of this, and when does that money stop? And what happens when these people are broke? They don't know the customs, they don't know the language, they haven't assimilated. Now they're just in a foreign land broke. That's why you don't bring people in without assimilating them, without teaching them our land and our culture. You don't just dump people from elsewhere and expect them to figure shit out. You have a process. You explain culture. You explain what you're walking into. You prove that you can keep up with it and you don't cause problems for your community. And after a certain amount of time waiting in line, all the people that have been doing the immigration process the right way, then you're allowed to stay here. You don't just get dumped. The Democrats dumping people from other nations is just causing enormous amouns of problems.
I'm not going to disagree with that, of course. No, I'm fucking against everything they're doing on the border and this immigration policy. There's nothing. This doesn't make any sense unless you're talking about trying to, you know, grant amnesty to all these people so they can vote Democrat.